going to hand the phone to one of these gentlemen.
Hey class, I'm Brett, Ronald Brett Ingram. I get called by my middle name Brett. I'm coming to you live from Discount Tire. This is where I work. And I have these three fine gentlemen that volunteered to listen in, and then all the people at home. So, a little bit about myself. I'll talk about where I came from, how I got here, and what I plan to do in the future. Also some interesting facts about myself and how I relate to other people in the class. So where I'm from, I was born and raised in Donaldsonville, Georgia. At 20 years old, I made the decision to join the Air Force, and that decision sent me to New Mexico for the last 7 some odd years. After I got out of the military, I did a brief stint in Hobbs, New Mexico, before ultimately relocating out here to Seabrook. When I got out of the military, I worked for Discount Tire. I was able to transfer out here, so it just made more sense moving out here during the coronavirus to continue working, as opposed to looking for other means of employment. So now I'm a full-time student using the GI Bill from the military. I work for Discount Tire, and I'm just getting used to the environment out here, and really just acclimating to Houston, Texas, and seeing what all that has to offer. I love the green, reminds me of Georgia, and I love the water. One thing that I could live without is probably the humidity. It's super humid out here, but I'm definitely acclimating to it, and if I haven't, I will by the end of the summer. I plan on studying engineering, graduating with that, and then ultimately becoming an engineer. I haven't decided if I want to do electrical or mechanical. That is still on the table. I'm very indecisive, so it could be one, it could be the other. But I'll ultimately have to make a decision quick, because I'm going to finish prerequisites. I'm going to have to jump into some kind of program. What I plan on doing with that is ultimately graduating, hopefully getting into oil and gas, and settling into a nice career out here in Houston, Texas. I do plan on being out here for the foreseeable future. Some interesting things about myself and how I relate to other people. Gary is a fellow classmate of mine, and just like Gary, I don't have any kids. And just like Marcus, I had a blue-nosed pit bull. I had to give her away whenever I relocated from New Mexico out here. And I am the oldest sibling of 4. I have a brother, 2 half-sisters. And just like Rachel, I've been diagnosed with PTSD. It's not directly related to the military, so there's some things that happened during the military that isn't during the line of duty. So a lot of people get this perception that if you have PTSD, it's directly involved with the military. It's not. You can have PTSD from anything. A lot of civilians have PTSD. I'm a big advocate for mental health. Another interesting fact about me is I'm 2 years sober from alcohol. One thing about mental health was that was a way I coped with mental health, was with drinking. And I'm proud to say that I overcame that hurdle, and I just hit my 2 year sobriety mark. So that's probably the most important thing in my life right now, because if I lose that, I lose everything else. And I guess I'll take the time to wrap this up by saying if you know anyone that's struggling with substance abuse or mental health problems, reach out and get them help. Put them in the right direction. It did wonders for me. And I want to thank you all for listening and giving me your time. And I'll wrap that up.
Yep.